I want to focus this episode just really on what I expect from Trump and Bitcoin in the next 6 months. What I don't think is that I do not believe the Trump administration really takes Bitcoin seriously. I really don't. I think that the fact that they launched these two Trump and Melania coins right before the inauguration, it just tells me that they don't quite get it. It's clear they don't really understand that this is going to be potentially a way to really solve the U.S. debt crisis. And I think that's disappointing, but I also don't think Bitcoin cares.
Whether Trump's administration actually understands Bitcoin or not, Bitcoin is built to thrive and skyrocket. That's the message from Wall Street veteran and mathematician Fred Krueger. According to Krueger, Bitcoin is set for explosive growth, with the potential to reach $1 million, not just possible, but inevitable. Following Trump's inauguration, Bitcoin has reached multiple all-time highs and is currently up 6% over the past month. As trillions of dollars pour into the market, Krueger describes this moment as the greatest investment opportunity of our lifetime. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video, as Fred Krueger shares his thoughts on Bitcoin's future and its massive potential. Also guys, only a small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed. If you enjoy staying up to date with finance content, consider subscribing or liking the video. It's free, and you can always change your mind. Now here's Fred Krueger with his predictions for Bitcoin.
Missing out on this opportunity of Bitcoin strikes me as an incredibly bad trade, right? Like, you are potentially you're not going to get, and I think the thing about Bitcoin is, your generation is not going to see another one of these things that easily. There is going to be some amazing AI stuff coming, but it's not necessarily clear that you're going to be able to even invest in or participate in any way, right? It may in fact take your job, right? You don't really know if AI is friendly or not, right? But I think, you have this opportunity. Bitcoin is like right here in front of you. It's a great opportunity right now. And my point is, you're not going to see, you wait another 10 years, and you're 36, you're not going to see that, you may not see that opportunity again. You know what I mean? Like in your entire life. So I definitely think this is a make or break moment for a lot of millennials and Gen Zs. It's a make or break moment, right? Because if they make the wrong move, that's it. They're done. You could basically be locking out, the best period of best years of your life to acquire any kind of wealth. If you haven't acquired some kind of wealth by the time you're 40, it's going to be tough. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's, it gets tough. You know what I mean? Time you're 50, forget it now. Like you better have nailed it, because it's just, there are some examples. The guy who started McDonald's started in his 50s, right? But in general, you kind of got to acquire wealth early. So I would say owning real estate right now is not a great way to acquire wealth. Was it a great way to do wealth? Even in the 80s, you would have been better off buying stocks. Okay, so really what you should have done in the 80s is going long the stock market. Very few people did, right? It was very similar to kind of where we are now with Bitcoin, because people always said stocks were overpriced back then. They were like, it's crazy PE, 12 PE, that's crazy. Like, why would I buy stocks at 12 PE? Well, because it was a great buy, right? Like, that was amazing, right? And hindsight's 2020. But I think, I really think right now real estate is if you really shouldn't look at it as an investment. You should look at it as a cost. It's going to cost you something to live. And, it's really how much cost do you want in your life versus how much savings do you want to do? I would recommend people save more, and I would recommend that they save in Bitcoin. I think that you're going to be better off saving in Bitcoin any analysis you do, you're going to be better off saving in Bitcoin as opposed to saving in your house. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. And I think, you kind of have to go, as Wayne Gretzky said, you have to go where don't skate where the puck is, skate where the puck's going.
Fred Krueger is confident about Bitcoin's potential in 2025. He points out that many people in crypto don't actually realize that there's $2 trillion ready to flow into the market. This wave of money will be huge, and the real action will start when 100 million Americans with brokerage accounts can easily invest in Bitcoin through ETFs. At that point, Krueger is certain that Bitcoin will have another massive price explosion, with ETFs helping fuel the growth. Now let's go back to Fred Krueger as he discusses further. But before that, today's video is brought to you by Crypto.com. If you still haven't got a crypto card yet, you're living in the past. Traditional cards have annual fees and transaction charges, but the Crypto.com Visa card doesn't. You can spend your crypto anywhere, and the benefits are amazing. With your Crypto.com Visa card, earn up to 5% back in CRO rewards on every transaction. Enjoy 100% cashback on Spotify, Netflix, and Amazon as a new customer for 6 months. Get complimentary access to airport lounges with a sleek metal card. Crypto.com is giving a $25 sign-up bonus for Jamie Tree viewers. Here's how to get your $25 bonus and start earning up to 5% back. Download the Crypto.com app via the first link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. Sign up using our referral code nutty for an instant $25 bonus. After approval, here's how to get your Crypto.com card. In the Crypto.com app, first tap the Card tab on the navigation panel. Select your card tier based on the required CRO staking amount. I have a Ruby Red card. You need to lock up 400 USD of CRO for 180 days, which is then unlocked. Accept terms and conditions and ensure you have sufficient CRO in your wallet for the stake period. Then, submit your delivery address. You'll then receive your Crypto.com Visa card, start making transactions, earning rewards, and enjoying the perks. To claim your $25 bonus and earn up to 5% back on transactions, click the first link in the description to get started with Crypto.com today. Now back to the video.
And so you got to be a little bit one step ahead of the game. And, real estate's for boomers like me, like you don't need, you should be wherever you want to be, whether it's Budapest or Thailand or where, go rent where it's cheap. It's cheap somewhere to rent, right? There's always somewhere where you can rent cheap, right? And I'd say if I were your age, I would not maybe even move to place. I'd be a little bit like you, just be a little bit of a nomad, but I would opportunistically look to live where I would look to live outside of major cities where it's cheap, and then I would look to do stuff online or remote work, right? And I would look to do that and save in Bitcoin. I think it's that's the cheat sheet, for most people. It's not any more complicated than that. And the problem is if you're living in San Francisco or New York City, right? You may work for a financial firm in New York City, or you may work for, a tech giant in San Francisco. But if you're spending all your money on rent, right? Or, a parking garage for your car or whatever it is, right? That's not going to make you tons and tons of money right now. So I definitely think, this is a great time to be stacking sats, especially the next 5 years. I think, if you can delay things 5 years, delay things 5 years. And, I think that's in general it's a good, there's not always been this time. Like right now, I see this opportunity. If you go back to 2000, I would say, what are you going to do? Buy a house, that seems like a good place to put your money, Right now, I don't think it's a good place to put your money. I would stay away from real estate.
You said Bitcoin is the type of opportunity you only get once in a lifetime or once in a generation, and say in 10 years, it's not going to be the same opportunity. Perhaps it'll be AI, but Bitcoin is such a unique opportunity in that where's all the value of these AI companies that are going to be built? It's going to be to the VCs or the early investors, and it just won't, normal everyday people won't have the same opportunity and access to the
I think
asset.
Michael Saylor said it really well, which he said, really what you want to do is you want to find something that's going to be really big, that really has a really high chance of being really big, right? So it's kind of inevitable, right? And you want to get in when most people don't think it's going to be big. They're not completely convinced, okay? Now, the problem with AI is I think almost everybody on the planet is convinced that AI is going to be big, right? So it's like, if you're convinced that AI is going to be big, great, join the club. It's a big club. It's like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people. And if you're doing a startup in AI, well, great. There's going to be 10,000 other startups in AI competing with you, and you're going to be competing with Google, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, OpenAI, whatever, right? So the competition's going to be fierce. Everybody and their brother wants to be in AI. AI will totally change the world. I'm no doubt about that, right? But is it really a great opportunity for you to invest in AI companies? I don't know. Is NVIDIA overpriced relative to where it is now? Maybe, maybe it is, right? It's, we don't know. If you look at the PC revolution, right, when the PCs were really, really hot, and it was Dell versus Gateway, if you picked Gateway, you lost. They were about even, right? But if you picked Gateway, you lost. You picked Dell, you did well, up until a point. You don't see a lot of Dells anywhere, anytime. Dude, you're getting a Dell. You don't see that anymore, right? It's, dude, you're getting an Apple. You're getting an iMac. You know what I mean? So, who knows who's going to win these AI wars, or how that stuff's going to play out in the next 10 years? I don't know. But I can tell you who's going to win the crypto wars. Pretty clear to me. It's going to be Bitcoin, right? Now, there's maybe be some other chains, Solana, Ethereum. I don't think there has been existential risk for the last 10 years.
Okay.
I just think we don't, look, we tend to get very emotional about this stuff, and we're like, yeah, go, liberalize it, do this. But look, at the end of the day, Bitcoin doesn't care. Bitcoin doesn't care. It doesn't care if there's a Democrat in the White House. It doesn't care if they're a Republican. It doesn't care if the Fed rate is 5% or the interest rate is 0%. I know, and it doesn't care who the SEC who makes it. It literally does not care. Okay, it is going to $1 million a coin, regardless. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Now, I know, like, as a person who follows finance and stuff, I'm like, yay, they're going to cut interest rates. Yay, we're going to liberalize this. But actually, I don't think it matters. I think that's, again, we have a belief that we can stop this thing. We can't stop this thing. This is like, this is something that is bigger than all of us. It's just an idea that's just so good and so perfect that it will triumph regardless. And you just look at this mathematical progress of the power law, and it's kind of, it's math. It's just like, it's sort of like they invented guns. It doesn't matter if they outlaw guns in certain countries. Everybody's going to go for guns, because they're better than swords. You know what I mean? And so, this is a better technology. It's just going to work. And I think Satoshi knew this, right? When he once this thing was once the capstone was put in the first Genesis block. So I think Satoshi fundamentally knew that he cracked the problem, right? He's like, yep, I got the solution. This is going to work. We're not going to get this immediately, but it's going to catch on. And, Hal Finney kind of was like, very early, is like, yep, this thing could be worth $10 million a coin. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. The future is kind of marked, right? So I feel like I just don't think we have to help Bitcoin. I think we can evangelize it, just because we're excited about it. We like what it is. We like the problems that it's solving and everything else. And I think it's going to make us very rich.
Krueger reminds us that the current ups and downs in price are part of Bitcoin's natural growth and sees this moment as a once-in-a-lifetime chance to invest. Bitcoin's decentralized system and limited supply make it strong enough to handle economic challenges and even replace traditional currencies in the future. For Krueger and many others, Bitcoin is far more than just an investment. It's the future of money and a chance to be part of a financial revolution. Anyway, guys, before we go, if you want to stay most up to date on the crypto and Bitcoin world, make sure to subscribe to my daily 5-minute crypto newsletter. It's a concise resource for the latest expert predictions, breaking news, and top-on-chain analysis, trusted by over 50,000 subscribers for insightful crypto investment information. Don't miss out on the opportunity to stay informed in the crypto market. The link is in the description below. I hope you all enjoyed today's video and that it provided you with some value. I'll see you all in the next one, and as always, all the best.